Hey guys, it's Chris here with another AMC update. This time we're going to talk about the vote, we're going to talk about the court case, we're going to talk about HYMC, the gold mine, we're going to talk about the current list of movies that are out and your impact on the company moving forward as you get A-listed, as you go see movies, as you buy gold and silver from HYMC, and just how much of an impact you have on the market overall. So let's get right into it. We had an 87% yes vote on the conversion and the reverse split. That's massive. That sends a message to everyone that's out there trying to play games with the AMC apes and convince judges through lawsuits that we're on the same page here. There is no confusion from the AMC apes. We ride with Adam and we support his decision to convert and to reverse split this stock. The court case they tried to settle the court case, and Adam tried to expedite this so that we can get to our conversion, and the judge threw it out, and now we're kind of lingering in court. We'll see what happens, but it appears that the other side was in a rush to get a settlement, and they probably felt very good about that because they probably didn't have much to stand on. The judge probably saw through this and said, okay, I'm throwing this settlement out. It's obvious to me what's going on here, and she'll look into it moving forward, and we'll see if she throws the court case out or if there's some sort of findings in the depositions, which were just had a day or two ago from both sides. So a lot of information still to come out about the lawsuit, but it doesn't look good for the other side when they immediately try to settle after a week of being there without any hearings. HYMC, let's talk about that. HYMC, gold and silver mine, could have AMC smelling like a rose at the end of this. This could be one of the best investments that we've ever seen made by a CEO. He buys a gold mine 2 years ago, and from what we know, gold and silver often rises significantly during a recession. And we have not announced an official recession yet, which is something that we changed the definition on now that we lived in a weird leftist world. We just changed the definitions of what a recession is, but I digress. We are not in a recession officially yet, but we do own the biggest silver mine in the United States and in North America, I believe. And if we were to see a 50% increase in silver, it would indicate, under normal circumstances, a 1,000% increase in a mining company that mines that specific precious metal. HYMC doesn't just mine that precious metal, it sits on the largest silver mine in the United States. And we're moving towards getting, our refinery built and, processing all this and being able to go down deep into the earth and dig all this stuff up. So we haven't even really scratched this. We have scratched the surface. That's not a good word, I guess, because it's not true. We have scratched the surface, and we've only scratched the surface on this mine so far. And when you have a world-class asset like this, you need a world-class CEO like Diane Garrett to run it. So we are in very good hands with her. She is over in Europe spreading the good news, getting investors, and talking to people about raising capital for our company. What you can do as an AMC shareholder to help AMC, and what you can do as an HYMC shareholder to help HYMC, is you can buy the silver rounds. You can go out and buy these rounds online to help your company moving forward. It's crucial to the company that we get funding, that we get money to move this company forward, to build what we need to build, the infrastructure we need to build, to accelerate the rate at which we make money. If we can get everybody on track and move this company forward, in the right way, we can make this a world-class asset in the next year or two. It all depends on what we're willing to do to raise capital for our companies. The last thing we're going to talk about is oh wait, I forgot about something. 3 reasons why HYMC could see a 50% run up on silver. Banks failing usually gets people's money out of banks and into precious metals. Inflation, when people print money, when governments print money, it devalues the currency. People move their money into precious metals if there is a printing of money, and we're seeing that right now. Just not, it's not called a bailout, but it technically is. And then we haven't even announced a recession or a depression yet. Again, we've changed the definitions of what a recession is in this country. But when they officially announce that we are in a recession or in a depression, the price of gold and silver could spike. And that could be very good for HYMC as an investment. I think this is why Adam Aaron took on this investment, because I think he understood better than most the circumstances that were coming for the United States and the global market. The biggest thing we're going to talk about, the Super Mario movie, Dungeons & Dragons and John Wick. Now, Super Mario is absolutely killing it. For a Wednesday release, it made $31.7 million. Thursday, it made 26.5. It's sitting at 58.2 through Wednesday and Thursday. We haven't gotten Friday's results yet, but that's domestically. 120 million globally. Dungeons & Dragons sitting at 80 million globally. John Wick at 122. They're hunting the old record set by John Wick 3. They look like they're going to pass it in the next month, as people have so many options to go see at the movie theaters. I think they will be returning to see these movies, after they've seen one or two of them. They're all phenomenal. Mario is a perfect movie for a Mario movie, so take your kids, take your family to go see it. John Wick, a little bit more for the adult crowd, but a mature kid, if your kids are raised around some Call of Duty or something like that, it's a fun movie. It's a great movie. It's not too gory, not too bloody, but a John Wick movie is a John Wick movie. Dungeons & Dragons, ultimate family adventure movie, and I have to give it a 10 out of 10. Just like Mario. Air, amazing movie, Michael Jordan's story. I gave that like a 9.5 out of 10. I wanted to see a little bit more Michael Jordan in it. Very, very solid story based around more around Michael's mother and the Nike company. And as a Chicagoan, you just can't get enough of the 90s and Michael Jordan and his impact on the world and sports, and especially this city. This city used to shut down to watch Michael Jordan play, and it's a great experience. So I highly suggest all four of these movies in theaters right now. The merchandise. If you're an AMC shareholder, the most important thing you can do is go to a movie, get A-listed, go to a movie, get some popcorn and a drink, and pick up some merch. Guys, you're moving the company out of debt. The faster we get this money into our pockets at AMC, at the company, the faster they can pay down the debt. And the faster they pay down the principal, it erases that interest in the future. That is something that everybody in the world wants for us. We all 3.5 million of us investors want the debt erased. And the easiest way to do it is this right here, guys. These are all things that we can do to get out of debt for our company. We can go to the theater, we can get A-listed, we can bring our friends and family, we can talk it up, we can tell people that the merch exists. I think these things are amazing pieces. They're very cool collectibles. The Dungeons & Dragons one sold out on Saturday in 5 hours. 5,000 of these dice, these 20-sided die, sold out in 5 hours. The Super Mario buckets, I didn't see, a single family that didn't have one. Those are selling like you wouldn't believe. As we've come along, this was like a slow progression to get to where we are now. This popcorn bucket here, this is going to be one of the coolest things to have in the future, because the Super Mario movie is going to set records for an animated movie, for a family movie. It's one of the best movies. It touches all generations, every generation of your family, from grandpa who bought it for his kid, for me who played it, and for people who have kids my age, their kids play Mario games. So Mario is multi-generational, and it's one of the best family movies you can see this year. I think that it could pass $1 billion, maybe next weekend, you know. But the biggest thing that we can do as AMC shareholders is go out and support the movies. Go out and see the movies. Go out and bring your family, introduce your friends, bring them back, reintroduce them to the movie theaters, get them back in the comfortable leather recliners, introduce them to the milkshakes, introduce them to the hamburgers, you know, help them understand why it's important to be a part of this movement, because you guys have saved a 103-year-old movie theater company. And now, as you start to understand your investment, we are changing the way that we see ourselves as investors. You know, we're an AMC army, and the AMC army, the last 2 weeks, we've set records at the movie theaters. We've set a revenue per patron record for John Wick, and then the following weekend for Dungeons and Dragons. So I'd like to see us do that again for Mario Brothers. So, you know, if you want to support your investment, if you want to move this along faster, if you want to get us out of debt and you want to get us closer to that dividend, this is it, guys. Get A-listed. Go to the movies, get your popcorn, get your drinks, bring your friends, bring your family, bring everyone. COVID is over. You know, it's time to go back to the movies. It's time to get out and have some fun. This is Chris with AMC, and just remember, we run the show.